What have you learned about Portugal from doing this podcast and speaking to these people?
You know, um, Timing's impeccable because it's April 24th. We're recording this the day before
Yes, we are.
the anniversary of the revolution. And I did a LinkedIn post today reflecting on that. Um, I've been really moved by the fact that nearly every guest has referenced the revolution in one way or another.
Yeah.
And so 50 years, yet it's so prevalent. And I find that you don't get that here, right? I mean, the Declaration of Independence was signed in 1776 in the United States, right? The Civil War, like it was a long time ago. And so you tend to forget those periods of time. The Portuguese haven't.
No. Yeah.
Whether they're in their 70s or 80s, like my dad,
Yeah.
or the youth.
Well,
Um,
yeah. I mean, I interviewed a woman yesterday that we haven't launched it yet. A woman called Joanna Frias Costa, who she does a program called Inspiring Girls, where they link teenage girls up with Portuguese women mentors. And she referenced this, and she's 38, and she's going to march on tomorrow, on the 25th of April, after we record this, with her daughter, with her kids, so that they remember. And for me, I just think that's incredible. Like, everybody remembers, they don't take their freedom lightly, and that's incredible.
yeah, it really is. I mean, look, at a period of time where global politics is teetering. Um,
Yeah, to put it
uh,
mildly. Yeah,
I I mean, again, I don't use this term lightly. I was really moved. At first, I was surprised,
yeah.
and then it was like, okay, it's logical. Like I get it. But then, like as I reflected more on these conversations, like it became very moving. Again, because of the irony of the period of time we're living in. And so, look, our little Portugal continues to serve as an example for the world.
You interviewed two. Well, obviously it's two. You interviewed twins, and they're young. I mean, they're young girls, and and then you interviewed Danilo Hua, and we've both had the pleasure of interviewing Joaquim Dalmeida, and these are people that had left Portugal, but somehow Portugal doesn't leave them, and this is something quite special.
Yeah, and look, I think ultimately that's what we're trying to, I guess, bring to life in these conversations is why hasn't Portugal left us? It was about 2017, and my wife and I and the kids were in, I think we're in, wow, if we were in Porto. And Rosemary looked at me and she said, "Hey, would you ever consider living here?" I mean, her kids were still little, and I looked at her and I said, I didn't even think about it. I said, "There's no place I feel more at home than here. Like I feel like I belong." And that's so hard to express and explain. And so through this journey of identifying and asking people to just come and share on the podcast, I'm hopeful that I uncover the why. Um,
Yeah.
because it's quite different, but we're all linked. I mean, Daniela Rua, I was just with her a couple of weeks ago. She hosts the International Portuguese Music Awards. Look, it's not the Grammys, it's not the Oscars. Um, it's for the Portuguese community. It was in Providence, Rhode Island. But she sees that as part of her mission.